This is the One Episode Rule, a podcast about first impressions. I am Magpie. Finished ranking of
I'm
kings.
Blackle. Nice.
Hi.
And that's Blackle.
That's
me,
Blackle.
It's me.
How
Yeah,
was your show?
Yeah, I finished ranking of kings. It's good. I enjoyed it.
Nice. Congratulations.
Quite a good time. And I realized they put out a whole nother mini series afterwards that's just shit that they didn't adapt in the initial arc.
Oh,
I was just I guess I'll hit this sometime, but not initially. I think I'm
Mm-hmm.
moving on to Golden Camway or something.
Yes, do it, please. I've been waiting for so long.
And I may be eating that for a good long time because there's 4
Oh
seasons.
yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot to consume.
So how are you
Blackle,
guys?
tell us about yourself.
I'm good. I finally finished Turn A Gundam.
Good.
Hey, Gundam.
Almost immediately watched Samus's video about it, and it was also very, very good.
I need to see that so badly.
It's so good. It's like Samus
No
said
spoilers.
it best, is that it rewires
No
your brain
spoilers.
chemistry. I'm not spoiling.
Okay.
I'm just singing its praises.
Delightful. Hello, I'm Joey. I haven't done pretty much any animating this week. No, pretty much none. Other than just being delighted and blessed by the recent Dungeon Meshi anime developments.
Yeah, everyone seemed to be somewhat overwhelmed by them.
Listen, Monster Girl hot. There's
a lot going
little
on.
anyone else can say.
Yeah, for real.
So yeah, you guys want some news?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. Follow up on last week's news thing about the North Korean studios being involved in the production of anime. I have more information and a response from the studio. Apparently, this connection was discovered by a website called 38 North, which provides analysis about North Korea. Apparently, a blogger named Nick Roy discovered a cloud server with a North Korean IP address that was incorrectly configured, allowing anyone without a passport to access it.
Whoa.
This is where these keyframes and animation stills were discovered. So some interesting stuff about them. There is Korean on them, but most of the instructions and editing text is in Chinese.
Oh.
Suggesting that that as the companies involved stated, there were many middle steps between North Korea and anime production company.
Mm-hmm. There
was probably a go-between on the mainland. Of course, the company producing, Dahlia and Bloom, has claimed that they had no knowledge that this was occurring and are going to investigate it on their end as well.
Interesting.
This is all in line with something the Department of Treasury at FBI warned everyone about in 2022, that IT workers from North Korea were attempting to obtain employment while posing as non-Koreans.
Wow.
Interesting stuff.
Fascinating.
Intrigue. And finally, the end of a long saga for me personally.
Uh-oh.
I need you motherfuckers to know that every time I go to find anime news, I have to throw about a third of it on the floor because it is about theme cafes opening up in areas of Tokyo that will never be accessible to my listenership.
Uh-huh.
It is meaningless.
What? Did they finally destroy all of these? Did
they've
they sink them into the sea? Oh God, JJK happened?
They ended them. No.
Okay.
I'm here to tell you that we got one. America is going to get its first official One Piece cafe.
What?
Whoa, what? That's crazy.
Even better, it sounds as though it is not a temporary fixture, but a permanent one in Las Vegas.
Oh, Okay, Las Vegas.
Which is reachable from.
It is reachable.
It is conceivably more relevant to our listenership.
Someone go there and tell us how it is.
I have seen the pictures. It looks funny. It looks like a fun novelty restaurant.
Do we want to describe some of these pictures, or?
Oh no, it's just it's a restaurant that's got one-piece decorations. What do you want?
What if they had like sort of a rainforest cafe thing, and they had the big blue tiger in there?
Yes, the big blue tiger from Strong World.
Yes.
The only thing I've noticed here is they have a fake brick wall with all of the wanted posters on it, and I'm seeing here ship's rigging being used pretty liberally as mise en scène.
Okay, all right.
I'm just like, that is fun and continuing America's tradition of just absolutely bizarre theme restaurants.
Oh yeah,
a la the Rainforest Cafe.
They're gonna have to be careful because people are gonna assume it's like a SpongeBob thing. If they're not careful.
We'll see if they continue the tradition of having the food be mid.
True.
And this was the final thing I pulled up, but I did see one little tidbit a second ago. The anime Misfit of Demon King's Academy is being roundly roasted by literally everyone for featuring some of the ugliest CGI animation I have ever seen.
Wait, that's amazing. I love that. It is
truly hideous. I'm actually gonna just grab the video for my co-hosts here, so you can have a little look at what we're dealing with.
Okay. Just the thumbnail alone is vile.
There we go. I fixed it.
Oh my.
Oh no. That's disgusting. Oh, what is he? They might as well have just done claymation. It would have looked better. Oh, did he phase into the earth?
They're clipping into each other so badly.
The world's ugliest dragons.
They look like
shit.
They look like they were made out of like spackle.
It looks like they were animated like without any like easing, like they're just like all linear transformations.
Mm-hmm.
They look like if you were filming a live action scene and you just suddenly had the world's ugliest like paper mache creature swing in on a rope. That's like the equivalent rate of what we're talking about here.
And this just popped up, just as an afterthought, is that there seems to be leaks and arguments about the veracity of the leaks that they might do JJBA Part 7.
Yes. Panting, wheezing.
We've been seeing some leaks, and then we've been seeing some people just be like, "That's not real."
Oh, it's got to be real.
It's got to be real.
It's got to be real.
So that's what we got for news. So, you guys want an anime to watch?
Yeah, let's. What are you laying down for us?
All right, I had hoped to get to this while it was still relevant, and maybe it is. Maybe it's still semi-recent, I think. So we'll hit. We're gonna watch Shangri-La Frontier.
Oh, all right.
Shangri-La.
Well, let's get to the frontier and.
Dare you equip staring bird mask?
I do.
Do you want to look like a giant shoebill in real life?
He does look like
a shoebill.
He looks a little bit like a shoebill when he's face on. Less from the side.
His palate is even close.
Yeah,
it's a little exaggerated, but who wants this blurb?
Blackle, it's your punishment.
High school student Rakuru Hizutome has a peculiar hobby of playing poorly made games. Ones that are unbalanced or are filled with so many bugs that make them borderline unplayable. A few who share his hobby might recognize him by his in-game name, Sunraku. For his next game, Rikurio is recommended Shangri-La Frontier, a popular and well-received virtual reality game as a breather from the terrible games he's been playing recently. Once he boots up the game, Rikurio decides to sell off most of his starting gear to gain extra money, leaving himself with only a pair of boxers, a bird mask, and some weapons. He is instantly hooked as he meticulously levels up his avatar. However, after encountering some intimidating monsters, he realizes that he may have underestimated the challenge that a mainstream game can offer. As Rikurio progresses, he must draw on all the skills he has perfected from his previous gaming experience. Before long, Sunraku's eccentric playstyle takes Shangri-La Frontier by storm.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
I was wondering if y'all were going to come out with isekai, because it's not. He doesn't.
I know. I thought it was going to
No.
be, and then it isn't. So
no, it's man plays video game.
Yeah, man plays a video game.
So yeah. The intro scene is really what the best impression you get from this episode, actually, because we open on we open on the end of a story. We open on the seconds immediately post final boss. The demon lord has been defeated. He is disintegrating. Sunraku is there. He is wearing boxer shorts and a luchador mask. And he takes a moment to bask in his victory while the NPC that is accompanying him the entire time gushes about how cool he is for defeating the final boss. When he finally turns his wrath upon her, because whatever our opinions about this show, you can't fault the animation, because he immediately decides to take out his frustration on her with just a flying dragon kick to the face, and it's like one of those slow motion
jiggle physics
blows. His foot just sinks in.
She's silly putty.
And you're just like, wow, that was pretty fucking brutal.
It was shocking. Is what it was. Actually, this game, he lost points for me for that.
Initially,
I don't know.
Initially, perhaps. There's an explanation for that later on.
Yes, actually, not initially.
Yeah, but so, and we find that yes, he has closed out a VR game, because we're in the era of full immersion VR games again. And he takes it out and he puts it back in its case and puts it on its shelf, which are labeled.
That's how you know it's fake.
By quality. Now, yeah, that's the real fantasy of this show, is the fantasy of commonplace and affordable physical media. And yeah, there's a narrator spiel going on about how, like, there are a subset of gamers who purposefully seek out this kind of garbage to play. And the full title, actually, of this show, let me see it, is Shangri-La Frontier Kusoge Hunter, which is, they translate as trash games, but it's really more like shit games.
Yeah.
And he has a whole system to organize them from pretty good to never touch this again. And he does put this one. What is this one called? It's like Feria Online or something like that. And he does slot that decisively into the bottom shelf. Yeah. And yeah, then you sort of get introduced to the character of Rakuro. We're gonna end up not calling him that very much, because from what I could tell, his life outside of Shangri-La Frontier is not very fucking important. Except for one plot element that we'll see later.
Yeah.
But yeah, he is our next scene him going into school while they're still talking about the shit games?
Yes, I believe so. They have the intro sequence.
Yeah, they have the intro section. They play some really choice butt rock for us.
Kind of one of the better parts of this.
Your mileage may vary. But
I'm a trash music aficionado.
are you a butt rock
I'm a butt rock
appreciator?
hunter.
Um, but yeah, and we open on he's gone to school, right? And he's just walking the hallways, and they're gonna show off some more like fun, subtle animation because he's walking towards the camera down a long hallway. With windows on one side, very typical Japanese high school shit. And as we sort of zoom out, we notice that around the corner there is a girl anticipating his arrival, and the pan is actually really smooth and nice.
Mm-hmm.
This girl, I'm not going to be able to find her name, am I?
Nope.
All of these characters are characters from the game part of it.
She'll be in the game at some point.
I'm sure she'll be in the game. I'm sure that is the idea.
She's Siger Zero.
That would be really funny. Well, but yeah, she's she's clearly psyching herself up to talk to Rockero. She's practicing. She's just like, oh, what I really wanted to ask you is, what are you playing right now? And she's like physically acting it out, and people are walking past her like, what the fuck?
She's like, yes, I'm gonna do it.
She's just like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. And he finally reaches the junction where she is, and she goes to say hi to him, and some guy just immediately just swoops in and it's just like, hey, Rockero, you've been playing shit again all night. He's just like, yeah, I'm pretty tired.
Yep.
After another section of CBT online. And she's just like, God damn it.
Yeah, she just is like, oh, well, I guess I'm not gonna do that. She leaves.
Did she go to the do we go to the game store next?
I think so. Yes.
Yeah,
we
there's
did skip over the fact that his mom's a bug freak.
Oh yeah, I do like the way he was walking out of his house, the just mise en scène, like characterization of his mom just has a lot of is a lepidopterist. She's got like the whole
butterfly pin boards everywhere,
and there's actually one flying loose through the house. And I was just like, oh, is that going to be like some sort of annoying AI character? No, it's just an actual butterfly.
It's a buffalo in his house.
Bufflefly. Don't you know? But I was just like, wow, I've been so traumatized by an annoying, superfluous robots.
Yeah.
And he's just like, yeah, one of your butterflies got out, Mom. And as he's walking out, there's a terrarium on the way out. And this says more about me than anything about the show, but I could not stop myself from chanting rhinoceros beetle.
Yes, I love me too. I was like, yes, bug freak mom. I'm obsessed. New best character.
In the like tone of like the butt metal from the opening. Rhinoceros beetle.
But yeah, we go to the game shop.
Game shop's got a character ass clerk.
The other best character.
Just an anime ass character. She's putting up a poster for Shangri-La Frontier. She's just like, that'll bring in some sales. And I look at her store and I feel deep in my heart the ache of the death of the video.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because this to an American, this reads like a video store rather than a game store. But because every game store I've ever been in has not evoked nostalgia in me.
Right.
It has evoked revulsion. Because it is a store you go in to have an argument about your resale value with a clerk who hates you. And they try and sell you a fucking Funko Pop. But yeah, and our girl from earlier comes in. She's just like she steps into steps just past the threshold and stands there for a second in the sunlight. And she looks around. And the clerk's just like, "No, he's not here." She's like, "Oh, what do you mean?" I'm just like, oh, "Come on, we both know who you're looking for." And she teases her a little bit. she's just like, to be young and in love again. She's like, shut up. He's just like, yeah, I sold him a real fucking lemon. He's going to be busy with it for a while. It's just like that. You see that when that guy's holding like Furia Online? Yeah, it's real fucking bad.
It's
full
legendary.
It's full of bugs, and the title NPC that follows you through the whole game is apparently so irritating that most people keep chugging on so that they can take their revenge on her at the end of the game. And right around that time, Rakugo does come in looking for something, and she's just like, "Oh, look who! Speak of the devil, hey, look at!" And she turns around, and the girl has just left. She's disappeared.
Yeah, she's gone.
She is chickened the fuck out, and they start talking about Furia Online, and he discloses his reasons for the brutal dragon kick he executed earlier.
Yeah.
Which is, the character of Furia is emblematic of all of the worst non-player characters in video games.
Yeah.
And that all of the problems in the plot are caused by her. She lays them at the feet of the Demon King. If you leave her alone for more than 30 seconds, she will accidentally kill an NPC.
Yeah.
If you ever chastise her about it, she will stop the game. She will stop the entire storyline, and the game will auto save, and you have to spend 3 hours cheering her up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, this is fascinating game. So she's just like, yeah, it's so bad, and she's so awful that paradoxically it pushes you forward, so that in the 3 minutes after between the credits and you having defeated the boss, you get the opportunity to take your revenge on her without any consequences. I'm just like, you know what, man? I may have misjudged you earlier.
Because this actually made me respect him so much less. I hate him. He's terrible, and he's a trash person.
I don't know, Jojo. I felt it. I felt this feeling for NPCs in video games. I'm just like, you motherfucker.
Lord forbid women do anything. Okay.
Listen. This kind of evil is gender neutral. Anyone can do it. Who am I thinking of? I'm thinking of a couple of different characters.
You can suss it out later.
Yeah. Listen, we don't have time to go through my failing brain cells on this podcast. She's just like, what have you got for me? I mean, it's going to be hard to top that. That was some supreme fucking trash. She's just like, well, maybe you should just play something worth playing once in a while. She's like, huh? What do you mean? It's like, well, try that. Try Shangri-La Frontier. It's AAA. It's beloved. He's just like, oh, and he buys a copy of it.
Well, we have to also note that the shopkeeper is also looking at the girl hiding behind the shelves, and she's like, "Yeah, it's an MMO game.
It's a massively multiplayer online game.
You should play this multiplayer online game.
Maybe you'll
multiplayer online experience.
Maybe you'll make some comrades during the game."
Shopkeeper and Wingman Supreme, best character.
Good for her.
10 of 10.
I'm thinking of the little android girl from Detroit Become Human.
We can't do this.
That's who I'm thinking of.
I know nothing about this.
Well, listen. I'll tell you all you need to make an informed opinion about it, which is she is A, an android, B, in the shape of a 10-year-old girl, and C, I want to throw her into one of those big industrial metal grinders.
Yes. And D, she's in Detroit Become Human. Okay, well, let's continue.
Yeah, that was the first of her crimes. Anyway. So yeah, he takes it home, and he loads it up. His character creation sequence is pretty funny in general.
Yes, I believe we were supposed to watch the dub of this.
I did watch the dub of this.
What?
I did too.
How? I was linked to the sub.
It was dire.
Huh?
I was linked the sub.
You were linked, Jojo. I'm afraid you were linked both because they're in the same. They're on the same
Do you
page.
mean I had to click it? I don't listen. I was watching this sub without like realizing for like a good while, and then during this sequence there was so much to read on screen that I just couldn't. I was like, well, I hate this. I hate everything about this.
Oh, that's interesting. Whenever you have the dub on and captions on, there's the same amount to read, but you could just listen to them.
Yes, that's the thing, is I'm trying to read all of the stuff, but I'm also trying to read the captions for what's happening in the scene. And I'm like, oh, I'm sensory overloaded right now.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
I'm going to be sick.
Because there is some supreme subtitle gore here because he's going over the classes and there's like 38 classes. And the classes are broken down into like brawler, fists, brawler, knife,
yeah, brawler, two sword
spears,
style,
mercenary, two blade,
yeah.
and he ends up going for that. Little cut it short. And then he starts making his character, and he's just like, wow, I can change every individual part of my character. I can choose my build and my skin tone and everything. I can even start with accessories. And he's just like, wait a second. Why am I getting so pumped about this? Oh, I've been playing shit for so long that I'm being amazed by basic quality of life features.
The character creator where he was like changing his face did make me cackle because his eyes were like going apart.
Oh yeah, they weren't afraid to like show how people actually do it. And he's just like morphing his face like Mario 64. So long story short, he chooses twin-bellied mercenary, sells every individual piece of his armor, and buys a horrifyingly realistic shoebill mask.
Yes.
Because his plan in every game is to drop all defense so that he has more money to buy the best weapons. And I'm just like, all right, man, if you want to play Bloodborne, play Bloodborne. So yeah, he's just like, yeah, it would be a little weird to be a naked mercenary out there with my face out. So he chooses to buy Staring Bird mask,
which is very funny because he could just make a face that doesn't look anything like him.
He could do that.
He's not going to do that.
So I will say, the rest of the show was quite well animated. It's not didn't grab me terribly, but Staring Bird Mask did carry me through it. Because it is so charming that I'm just like, oh, I love to hang out with you, freak ass bird man.
Yeah. He essentially spends the rest of his day like farming killer bunnies in the forest.
Because he picked the Wanderer, so he doesn't start in the first town. He just started at a random spot in the forest, and he got attacked by a dungeon bunny or
literally it's a dungeon rabbit. Bunny.
And it's called a Vorpal bunny, and it came at him with a really sharp chef's knife, and he was just like, "Holy shit! I want one of those."
I want two of those, actually.
I want two of those. I want a match set. And he actually ends up getting a goblin set, and he's just like, I don't like the skill on these. But he spent like 2 hours farming them out, and he finally gets two of them together, and he's just like, these are great. And he puts them in his inventory, doesn't use them.
Yeah. Dumb.
We can't undersell. The animation for the action of these parts is really quite good. Much better than you would get
in a video
game.
Yes.
He's a guy.
I was surprised.
Like,
it was good looking.
He's not just swatting at them like normal. He's like doing shit. Like they're coming for like it comes for his throat one time, and he uses the opportunity to parry with one hand and stab it in the neck. And I'm just like, this is great. This looks good. And finally, he's just like, "Whoo, shit! I'm not gonna level up anymore. I better move on." It's just like, what did I get from this? And he takes all of his points, and he puts like a couple in stamina, and then the rest in luck. He's just like, "I want to do critical hits."
Yeah.
He's just like, "All right, I got some skills that I don't like, except for this one. Looks like I'm much closer to the second town than the first. Maybe I should go there." And And he heads in that direction and he realizes he has to cross a bridge to get there, so he heads for it, and there's a big fucking snake in front of it with hair. This is interesting.
Yep. And they're not really going to show much of this.
They're not going to show much of this fight, other than because we leave the game. We just see him tensing up on his bed, which, by the way, horrible way to play video games. I don't know.
It's a little scary. Like it's almost a little body horror-esque. Like, I mean, you could just like it's like dreaming. Yeah, this is like forcible dreaming somehow.
The unusual horror of watching yourself sleep. Yeah, horrible way to play video games. I don't know why anybody wants this.
Yeah.
I gotta actually do like a whole video about this. It's like we've already proven that we're already doing this with regular video games. Like they can map your brain while you're playing something, and you have the ability as a tool using ape to conceptualize that thing as part of your own body. Which is why we do this at all. So it's kind of fucking unnecessary.
Yeah. No, anyway, I guess it's supposed to be some sort of next level of immersive.
I guess. Smell-o-vision.
I guess.
God, I would pay money to be prevented from smelling things. Places I've played video games in.
Go play Dark Souls in Smell-o-vision.
Do not
play Dark Souls in Smell-o-vision.
Did you guys see Dark Souls 3 still on sale in the game store?
Yeah, I actually did.
I'm just like, classic, huh? So yeah, that's the end of it. There's a couple of after credits, little funsies like the Juju scroll from JJK. They show you the text scroll from the beginning of the game that Rakuro immediately skipped.
Yes, this one of these scenes is how I know that the girl that has a crush on him is Saiger Zero, because she does appear in her human form and introduce herself as Saiger Zero.
Oh, okay. I guess I didn't pay that close attention to that.
Yes.
And yeah, that was another after scene credit where a gigantic armored knight is just standing in the second town.
I think
all of the NPCs are looking at them like, holy shit.
I think that here's my theory, is that I think that she's been playing this game for a long time, and maybe that's why the shopkeeper introduced this game.
Because
it could be.
If you actually it is a little spoiler-esque, but I did read her little blurb on the My Anime List thing, and it says she's one of Shangri-La's top players.
Okay. So yeah, she got the shopkeeper to get her crush hooked on her particular poison. Come and play Final Fantasy 14. It's got a free trial, going all the way up through Heavensward. You should try it out.
You should try it out.
Yeah,
that's literally what happened.
So after all of that, what do we think of this show?
Well, I watched it with my girlfriend.
You watched it?
And she's like a lot more into this kind of show than I am. Like she likes the kind of like video gamey, like video game lit almost.
Yeah.
Like she's the kind of person who has read Sword Art Online.
Okay.
And like plays a lot of like online
like MMO type.
The word. Well, no, she does like forum quests, which are filled with like video, like it's, how do I describe this? Like light novels.
Yes, I get you.
Anyway, she likes the idea of like building a character.
Sure.
From like, yeah, I'm not explaining it very well. But anyway, this was her cup of tea.
Do you like this?
So it was fun watching it with her. Did I like this?
Bleckle didn't like this.
And of course I didn't like this. However, I could recognize that it was a very good execution of what it was trying to do.
Yeah.
However, I didn't like what it was trying to do.
Yeah, so this is the thing. I really liked the animation. A lot of the gamer shit in it was straight up on point. Like in a way that many of these shows do not get.
Yeah.
Like I don't think any of the other shows like this would hit on the fact that yes, that man is going to skip that text scroll.
Yes, that was pretty funny.
He does not have time for that shit. Are you insane?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I like the whole beginning of the episode and the character creation and everything. The section where he was just grinding in the woods began to lose me very quickly. Aside from the fight animation, which was really good. Also,
yeah, the animation was very good.
Also in the dub, I find him to be kind of grating.
The dub wasn't very
hilarious good. Because I watched the sub and I was like, wow, this is the worst character in the show. So I guess it's universal.
It's not that the dub is bad, it's that I don't like him. Like, I don't like his voice.
Yeah.
So
unfortunately, I didn't like this show at all. I am so sorry.
I mean, I'm not hurting.
I'm vaguely intrigued by the idea of just not having this non-isekai out there. Of just like, what are the stakes? Oh, man plays the game, tries to beat hard boss. Just like, you know what? Fuck it. That's better than isekai most of the time.
Yeah. Here's my thing is most of the parts of this that were like, what's the word I'm looking for? More intriguing to me were the parts that were like in real life. And all of the characters that were good were not the protagonist. I mean, I guess the one girl is going to be a sort of secondary protagonist. But
I will say this for him. Even if I found his voice to be kind of grating, I find a character that I don't like much, much more interesting and engaging than a character that I feel nothing about.
All right.
Like, say, a Kirito Sword Art.
Sure.
Because
I don't know. This guy was kind of Kirito-esque to me.
Oh no, he's not. Oh, you are putting.
At least his mom's.
You are putting so much more flavor on Kirito than he deserves.
I have never.
Do you think his mom plays this game?
No.
He is tepid, and I spit him out.
This man was pretty tepid. I don't.
Yeah, I definitely found him sort of going over the minutiae of building his character and playing or grinding and stuff like that to be very boring.
Yeah. Also, I wish
I don't know how they could get away with that kind of story.
They didn't need to interject with the narrator so much. The narrator was that was no good. We didn't need to do that at all. You could have done this whole episode without any of the narration.
Except for maybe the bit explaining. Well, I suppose you could have written dialogue between him and another character explaining his love of shit games.
Yeah, I don't know how you would do it, but it wasn't necessary.
But yeah, I'm willing to award this show half marks for the beginning, because the beginning of it introduces some interesting ideas that kind of run out of steam, and I think with the addition of more characters, you could really have something going. But I don't know if I've got time to watch any more episodes.
Yeah, here's my thing is, the funniest part of this to me was okay, this girl is using this as a medium to introduce herself to a boy. That's kind of fun and cute, but
she should be the protagonist.
I don't think that they're going to execute it very well. I don't have a lot of faith just based on the first episode, and this is the 1 episode rule.
This is the 1 episode rule.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I don't think I'll have time to follow up on it. I may watch just another episode to see if it cashes anything in.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm making no promises.
Not even for the butt rock.
Not even for the butt rock, unfortunately. It was kind of mid-tier butt rock. I'll give it that.
Getting even more negative on the butt rock.
Listen, I'm in a negative mood today. Okay, points deducted.
Yeah,
taking it out on poor Shoebill, man. Anyway, if you were going to play a video game nearly completely naked, what kind of animal mask would you choose? Tell us at the 1 episode rule. At 1 episode rule.
At 1 episode cast. Here at oneepisodecast at gmail.com. That is one the word, not the number. Sorry to steal our dear host's thunder. If you would like to tell us other anime with
you can do that at Twitter and Blue Sky.
One episode cast.